Hello everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. This is the cutting board. In today's video, we are going to talk about a Katie Joy without a crystal ball video that I just watched regarding Gypsy Rose. I just had a few remarks that I wanted to make on it. The video will be linked in the video description below, so please go check it out. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel. We do all kinds of stuff here. Without a crystal ball, Katie Joy has been talking a lot about Gypsy Rose on her channel lately. She was an avid supporter of Gypsy for a while, but has recently shifted gears. Personally, I don't blame her. I'm not sure when the shift happened or if it's been in the works for a while. Now, I've never been a fan of Katie Joy. I usually don't watch her content, but I, do have some things to say about this recent video. It was sent to me by a few people to watch, so I did that. Maybe Katie Joy thinks it's more beneficial to her to be opposed to Gypsy, but to the best of my memory, she has never shied away from siding with the controversial character. So maybe this is coming from a place of truth, just sincerity.
So she's very fixated on what people say about her, and she really wants to view herself as like a good person. She doesn't like it that people think of her badly. And I think it's because, she wants to believe that she didn't do what she did and that she isn't defined by what she did. And unfortunately, in this society, if you have the kind of charge that she does, that's not something that's easy to overcome.
Gypsy does seem to really care what people think of her. And I think she's frustrated that the poor Gypsy wheelchair-bound baby voice thing doesn't work on the masses after you unalive someone. Most people don't feel sorry for her anymore. They see right through her, and that's probably a hard pill for her to swallow. After being treated like a princess, as long as she had been. It has to be hard to go from being adored by so many people to being probably one of the most disliked non-celebrities in the U.S. People do tend to frown on violent criminals, especially if they find gaping holes in the story.
She would have been smart, and I tried to tell the family this ahead of time, that she should just go away privately and sink away into society and just hide, because the bulk of the public will never accept her, ever.
I agree with that. Again, I'm no Katie Joy fan, but I am capable of looking past that to hear what she has to say. The bulk of the public will never accept Gypsy. Yet she still has enough supporters to sustain her if she chooses to stay in the public eye until they all catch on, but they won't all catch on. But mental health wise, the best thing for her would be to stay out of the public eye, especially with a baby on the way that she's responsible for protecting, because people are never going to let her live in peace. But soon it won't be about her. It's going to be about that baby. And that child deserves to live in peace. But society won't allow that. And Gypsy is going to be responsible for protecting that child. But I fear she's going to use the baby as a way to garner sympathy and to make more money. And, after listening to Ken speak, I don't think he's going to take any initiative. He wants the fame and the money, and I just don't feel like he's going to be the kind of father, the kind of man that steps up when he needs to. He said these words, "I think we have a great shot at parenthood." I think that's kind of a weird way to put it. She's pregnant. The baby is on the way. You don't have a shot at parenthood. You have no choice. You are going to be parents, barring something tragic, which I absolutely hope does not happen. I hope for a healthy pregnancy and birth for her, but things do happen. The wave of public support for Gypsy really has shifted, and it's shifting more and more every day, and And I think that baby registry got a lot of people kind of side-eyeing her. People that were supporting her, but they were still kind of on the fence. And then when they saw that registry, they were like, wait a minute, don't you have like $3 million? That whole baby registry thing was so shameless and tacky. I know registering for gifts for a baby or a wedding is a thing, but to share it online with all your followers is kind of low class. It's one thing to share with family and friends, people closest to you, but to share with millions of strangers on the internet, it's just weird. I do feel like more people are open in their eyes, but I don't know if she'll ever get to the point where it would hurt her fiscally. And that's really the bottom line, right? I don't want to hurt her fiscally. I want her to be able to make a living. We should want her to make a living because, she's here. She's not going back to prison. We don't want her living off the government. I want her to have success. But I would like to see her get training and get a proper job. She never learned about life, and she's not learning about real life now. It's time that she learned about, living in the real world. No, it's not really my business how she makes her money. But, at the same time, I think people benefit from real life experiences. And, soon she's going to have a child to influence. She has to make a choice. Is she going to show a child that you have to work hard in life to get what you want? Or is she going to show her child all you have to do is smile and put on lipstick and, post it for all of mom's millions of followers? There are enough willfully ignorant people out there that will keep her going. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong, but I just don't think I am.
For her, sharing the truth of what society does. Some people believe in second chances. Some people believe in the false narrative that she promotes about herself, but most people don't. And the wave of public support for her has shifted.
Again, I agree. The wave of public support has shifted, and it will continue to shift.
She's spending her time consumed with the negative comments, mostly because, in my opinion, she's trying to get away from the truth. And she's trying to change the narrative of what the truth is. And she doesn't want the public to believe that people have caught on to her. I was watching a video.
She really is so consumed with the negative. The truth is what the truth is, and you can't change it. And once people catch on, it spreads like an illness. She'll always have support because there's always going to be people who refuse to look at the evidence mindfully. Like Ryan.
And she's the one that's dictating all of these. Christy is onto it and she knows that she's been snowed. But at the same time, Christy's also as much a part of the problem as Gypsy because she's the one that's dictating what Gypsy does and says, and she's the one that's dictating all of these contracts. She's the one that sought out Melissa Moore, who got her hooked up with Lifetime. She's the one that's buddy-buddy with Melissa Moore. She's the one that Melissa Moore told her to go get her bag. Melissa Moore's dad is the happy face killer. So the daughter of a serial murderer is who's basically leading the way for Gypsy to get her bag. So
Christy wants the fame too, and probably some of the money. Definitely some of the money, I'm sure. Now, I don't think being the daughter of a serial killer necessarily makes you a bad person. That's, kind of a crappy assumption to make about someone. A lot of serial killers have children, and they end up doing great things with their own lives. They don't end up being serial killers too. Children are not their father's sins.
Recognize that it's shocking to some people that I've changed my tune and changed directions of what I was thinking, but I felt like if I didn't say something and I just swept it under the rug and just went along and never opened my mouth about her again, that I would be doing a disservice to those people that I told that, hey, you should trust Gypsy. You should follow her and support her. I'd spent so many years.
I don't think that it's shocking that Katie Joy shifted her opinion. You know, I think a lot of us know she's going to do what will get her support, clicks, and views. It's, you know, no surprise. I mean, maybe that's not the reason, but still, it's no surprise that she shifted. To me, it's not a surprise to me at all. Or maybe this was genuinely coming from a place of morality. I don't know.
Sent me an email. Only care about money. Don't support it anymore. And you all should be very. I spent so many years telling people to support her that I felt like I have to now tell people this is what's actually happening behind the scenes. This is why I don't support it anymore. And you all should be very leery of what she says and does because they're scamming you. They're conning you. They're lying. And they only care about money. And I truly believe there are crimes being committed. That's my opinion. If anything happens from that, I don't know. Someone sent me an email a couple days.
You know, this has been said by others for a long time. Katie Joy isn't the first person that figured this out. I mean, I'm glad she sees it, but this is not brand new, groundbreaking information. We've been talking about this.
If anything happens from that, I don't know. Someone sent me an email a couple days ago and claimed the FBI is investigating them. Again, I have no idea. The FBI never announces investigations anyway. But regardless, she's worried. She's worried about the truth, and now she's going private. There could be a threat of arrest at some point. We never know. But Gypsy is being Gypsy, and I want to be clear, like, her whole life she spent being a criminal, and then she went to prison and became a better criminal.
Why would someone even know that about the FBI? See, that's a problem. There's so much false information going around because people just want to feel important, that they just say these ridiculous things without backing them up. It could be true, but why would someone not connected to any investigation know that? And if they were connected to the investigation, they wouldn't say anything to just some regular Joe. Like Katie Joy said, the FBI doesn't announce their investigations, you know. And about Gypsy spending most of her life being a criminal and going into prison and becoming a better criminal. I've been saying this exact same thing for months now, so that's nothing new either. So those are all the remarks I have on this Without a Crystal Ball video, which will be linked in the About section. Please go check it out if you'd like. You know, it wasn't a bad video. I feel like Katie Joy doesn't make bad videos. She makes bad choices and turns people against her. That's the problem with Katie Joy. So thank you so much for visiting with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have anything you'd like to share or add or discuss, feel free to email me or leave it in the comments. Start a discussion in the comments. Be kind to each other and be respectful. And I thank you so much again for visiting, and I will talk to everyone later. Bye.